Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto Channel. It is Monday morning. Glad to be here with you guys. How is everyone? Bitcoin getting a little pump in the nights. Did you catch it? Did you trade it? Did you long it? Did you short it? Got a little poll in chat. If you will, hit it up. I'm genuinely curious what is next for Bitcoin. 60K or 80K? What do you think? We're much closer to 80K than we are 60K, but it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin could hit 60K today if it wanted to. Yeah. So let's see. So I think I got my chat thingy majigger fixed. I got to go in and reformat it so it looks a little cooler, but I think I can get them to pop up on the screen. At least I could last week. Let's see who's here. Thanos, morning crew, Johnny number 5, what's up? Mighty Max, bro, what's up, man? Hawkborn, Carrie Ben says good morning. Salt Chain says it's got to start dumping, right? Does it? Answer that chat, that poll in chat. Let's see. Carrie Ben says this is looking very cup and handily. No, handily? I like that word. Revamp, what's up? Cup and handily. Not so fast, my friend. Maybe. We're going to take a look. I have opinions. We talked about this before, guys. We're going to go into that in just a second, though. Guys, good news, big announcement. Some of you already know, especially in the VIP Discord, I am doing copy trading on MEXC now. You can copy trade me. There is a link in the description. I've also pinned a link in the chat comments, and if you want to copy trade me, you can do so. We have been copy trading. I did a couple copy trades in the night, so some of you guys are in there. I can see your performance in there. I can see it because it's my performance, right? It's copy trade. But no, I can't tell who's who in there, but I do see balances. And I'm going to show, you can't tell who anybody is, and that's cool. Totally cool. West Coast. Totally cool. I have no idea who is who that is copy trading me, but I can see balances and P&Ls. And look, we've got... somebody is already up almost $800 in profits in what, 12 hours on copy trade. Somebody's up almost $800. Everyone is, well, I assume everyone is just fully copy trading me. I don't know. Maybe some of you set parameters on how much of your margin you can use, stuff like that. But yeah, so this person is up almost $800 just in like 12 hours on my copy trade. So good job. I hope you guys aren't doing the dreaded take profits from me and give them back on your own. Please don't do that. We're here to make money. If you are trading on your own, it's your money. Do whatever you want to do with it. But I would highly recommend don't f up your copy trade account. If you're going to trade... Hopefully you win on your own, but if you're going to trade and lose, have a separate account. Don't mess up your copy trade account, because my goal is to double and triple your copy trade account. But I can't do that if I'm making profits, and thus your copy trade account is making profits, and then you're trading on the same account and giving it all back, right? That defeats the purpose. So please don't do that. If you just must degen trade or trade, some of you are really good traders. If you have to trade, I would just encourage you to keep separate accounts. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Keep separate accounts. You don't want to watch the rest of us copy traders spiking up in profit, and you're just losing your copy trade account because you're doing some trades out of it on your own. That's all I'm saying. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen before. But anyway, congratulations. Everybody in there should be up, and unless you set certain weird parameters. I don't know. I've never copy traded anyone before, and I've never been a copy trader until now. But unless you're setting weird parameters, everybody should be up, I don't know, probably about 15% from yesterday, 13, 14%, 15%, which is pretty good because we just started this yesterday evening, right? And my goal, guys, just so you understand, with this particular copy trading, the initial group that joined, my goal is to double your account and then be a little more aggressive. Like for myself, so I'm running multiple accounts. I always do, you know that. But I ran 2 trades. Let me zoom in a little bit here and go to the 1 hour. We're going to come back, guys. We're not going to get too far. And I'm looking for a trade. We just got stopped out of the copy trade account. I'm looking for a trade. I'm going to try to take the 830, 845 trade if we get it this morning. So we're looking for that, guys. Don't worry. So we shorted from here, literally like, I'll tell you exactly where I'm short from. I got my KCEX over here. 74,358. So literally short from about that red line, okay? I'm still short from there. And we shorted the copy trade account, but the copy trade account got stopped out, okay? My stop loss is a little above the high here. I've already TP'd one. I've already TP'd one on my day trade, and I've TP'd 1 and 2 on my short trade. It's a big win. I cannot lose here. However, I'll be honest, guys, and this is my first time being a copy trader, so I'm really learning as I go. I'm not learning to trade, but I'm learning the best system for what profits you guys the most with the least amount of risk, okay? And I hope you appreciate that. I hope you understand what I'm saying and appreciate that. I'm not just out there pissing in the wind and hoping you guys hit a home run on every trade. I don't really want that for you, okay? So my problem with running a stop loss where I want to run a stop loss on these copy trade accounts is with my method, you really need to run a day trade with it, and I just don't know that you are. I don't know that you're not. I certainly doubt anybody did last night because that trade was at like midnight. So the benefit of me putting my day trade stop loss up here is I'm taking profit here on my scalp so that if I did come back and get in drawdown on my day trade, I'm still at break even, if not a little profit, right? And I don't want any of you to take a loss. Sure, we're going to take losses. We're going to take losses. I'm not 100%. No one is, okay? But I don't want you to take a loss on this drawdown because you didn't have a scalp to cover it. So I'm running a little, I'm getting us down, shaving off some profit, stop loss to entry. Pretty standard stuff, not how I like to trade, but it is very high probability stuff. So at the end of the day, you're still going to be a winner, right? Okay? But we just may miss some of the bigger stuff because I'm not allowing the drawdown that I need to allow, which is why I'm still in my KCEX trades because nobody's copying those. So I'm willing to take a loss with my own money. I'm not willing to take a loss with your money. And I hope you understand and appreciate that. But we're going to get there. So I thought to myself, since I don't know if you're running scalps, which I recommend, that I would try to double your accounts. And once they're doubled, I don't feel so bad about being a little more aggressive because then we're playing with house money. So if you got $5,000 in there, once I see your account at $10,000, and again, I don't know who you are. I don't know who has $5,000 in there. I don't know who has $3,000 in there. I don't know who has $500 in there. I don't know. I just see account sizes and P&Ls. But once I see those accounts doubled, I plan to open this up a little bit more, okay? But we're going to get you there. I'd like everybody's account to be doubled within 1 to 2 weeks, really as quickly as possible. It just depends. I'm not just going to take stupid low probability trades just to try to double somebody, right? So just know when you're copy trading me, you're gonna have high probability winners, okay? You may not get there as fast as somebody that swings for the fences, but they're going to strike out a lot more than I do also. Right now, we're batting 1,000, 100%. Every trade's a winner. Look, even with the little bit we've done, look how bad traders are, guys. I don't think you guys understand how bad traders are. We haven't done very much, okay? We've been trading for 12 hours, and we've already, of copy traders, outperformed on our little bitty returns. We've outperformed 73% of all copy traders on MEXC. On our win rate, we've outperformed 94% of all copy traders on MEXC. Our best trade, our trade last night, we hit like 11%, was better than 41% of all. So we're killing everyone, and I'm not even doing that great. I mean, we're 100%. We haven't lost yet, so it's pretty damn good. But you know, I'm not hitting the home runs, and we're beating 90+% of all copy traders. And we're going to catch some home runs on these guys. We're going to catch some home runs. You know, we're going to enter, take profit, and not get stopped out and move down. But just know we may take a lot of smaller wins before we catch these, okay? And that's okay. If I knew you were running scalps, we'd still be in this trade from up here. We'd still be in it. but I didn't know that. So I'm not going to put your account in negative unless I absolutely have to. We're going to kick ass and take names, guys. Give us a week or two. Watch what I tell you. I'm getting in a rhythm with this copy trading. Let's see. Hawkborn is up almost 15%. Thank you. You are welcome. Should have done that forever ago. I know. Glad you're in it now, though. Thanos seconds that. Carry Benz added more to the copy trading account. Only issue I have to unfollow and refollow to add to the copy trade. Really? I didn't know that. So has anybody else added to their copy trade account? If so, did you have to unfollow, then refollow to add? I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't know. I'm learning. Again, let me stress, I'm not learning how to trade. I'm learning the rules of the copy trade. Thanos says there's a way to do it. He'll message you in Discord. I guess Thanos has done it. Very cool. Yeah, West Coast, you should join us, bro. Just throw something at it. Man. Even if you don't put much in there, if you put $1,000 in there, 2,000, whatever. If you make some profit, that's more than you had, right? We're going to kill it. I'm telling you. Coming up on 8:30, guys, in less than 1 minute, and we'll do our thing. We've already rejected. I took this trade, but we got stopped at. Again, I am short on KCEX from up here, 74,352. Already TP1 and 2 on the scalp and TP1 on the day trade. Both of these stops are at the high, so I can't lose on either one. We just took this 702 rejection trade. Let me drop down to 5 minute. We just took this rejection from the 702 in the copy trade. We took it, I think I took it right here, right at the dang 702. And look at this, it just barely wicked us out. I mean, freaking barely. Look at this, guys. My stop loss was at the 702. Look at that. I mean, just freaking barely wicked us out by like $5, literally. That's ridiculous. Is what it is. So we'll see. If we come back up into that 786, might be a good area to take another short. We're going to dive into some price action. We are, hang on one second. You got to give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry, the heat is kicking in here. I had to turn the heater off. It was 80 degrees here in Mississippi yesterday, and now it's in the 30s. That's ridiculous. Had a big front run through, and Jane has the heat blasting. She's always cold, always cold. She sleeps with like 4 blankets. I sleep with no blankets. I'm always hot. All right, Bitcoin kind of pushing up here. No trade. I'm absolutely not interested in longs. West Coast will set up his MEXC today. Use that link, bro. You can't do it unless you're on our team. That's the direct link to the copy trade. You can set up your account from that link and do the copy trade. And if something happens on there, I can help you out with my direct contact. Like, we were having some issues yesterday with getting this thing rolling, and I got in contact with my guy. He called me. Everything got squared away. No harm, no foul. It's just a process because this is a new account for me also. Brand new. I have my other MEXC account, but I had to create a brand new account to copy trade. Or I don't guess I really had to. I chose to because I want to start fresh and see how I do with it as well. All right, we're moving up here. We're in the dang red box. 2 red boxes. Let me zoom out real quick. We're coming back. So you have the bigger macro red box that has been here for months, at least probably 2 months. We have rejected from that, so good short trade so far. We could come back up into it, but we're also in the possible local red box. We're about to take this high now. Let's see what happens. Let me get Cypher on. I'm going to go to the 1 minute. We just took the high. We did have some bear dips. We go to the 3. We're vector candling up. This is good. So We're probably going to look for a vector candle the opposite way, but not yet. I'd like to come up into that 786. I may have to take this trade a little early if it presents itself at all. Eons, morning, what's up? There it goes, right into the 786. Right into the 786. Rejection. Dropping to the 3 minute. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of taking a look at some things. Hopefully we don't blast up out of here. That would not be good. We're going to get into the analysis too. I'm just kind of watching this U.S. Open real quick. It's always interesting to see what they do, especially after a big weekend of moves. But these moves on the weekend, it usually sits quiet on the weekends, and here lately we were probably going to come for this high, guys, which would create hourly bearish divergence at least. How about these altcoins, man? Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started on Fetch. I'm like sick to my stomach. I sold Fetch. I sold it, and it's pumped like 50%, almost 50%, 40% since I sold it. We had that too. Bitcoin getting a pump here. Probably going to come for that high. Gosh, dog, look at this. See if we take this high. Hopefully if we do, we just quick SFP it. No news today. We do have FOMC on Wednesday, so we expect major volatility. I'm actually kind of shocked to see this kind of price action. Usually the market sits on its hands until FOMC, when it's an FOMC week. They're not anticipating rate cuts. It's like a 99% chance that it stays the same. So we'll see. But as of now, it is not projected to rate cut. It's a little early getting that red vector reversal, but it's a little early. Less dramatic without the music. I'm sorry. I couldn't get the volume right from music to mic, and let me try to turn it on here. I just couldn't get the volume right. It was either too loud or not loud enough. I'll try that. Let me know if it's too loud or the mic's too low or whatever. May have to just kill the music. I couldn't get it right. I couldn't get it figured out. It's hard to do because you got to test it, and you can't hear yourself talk and the music while you're on streams. You have to do all these, like, you have to set up a whole stream, go live, and have it unlisted so nobody can see it. Then you have to stop and rewatch it back, and then go make a slight adjustment. It's really kind of like very tedious. Salt chain didn't even notice. Y'all let me know. I turned it on just for this portion right here. Let me know. Sorry, I'm just watching price action real quick. I do have some pretty good analysis. A little too loud now? Okay, I'm just going to turn it off. Well, I'll adjust one time. What's a little too loud, me or the music? Gotta be Pacific. Specific. Lord bless our trades today. Thank you for the profit you gave us. Always giving praise, guys. Hey, we got guess what tomorrow is for all you Hokie fans? That's what tomorrow is. Bare moon time. We'll see. The bull moon sure did play out, didn't it? Gosh, dog. You could tell, I know I've said this little thing before, West Coast, but you could tell, what's his name? Juarez, or whatever his name was. He is absolutely fired. Look at this. Since his predicted major market crash, because of this moon, Bitcoin's up 12%. He's fired. He's so fired. We got a moon coming tomorrow, guys. The new moon. The bare moon. Last time we got the bare moon, we got to move down of about 10%. Time before that, got to move down about 20%, but ultimately wound up being a move down about 37%, but 20%, and then you got the bull moon, which did nothing. We have to do a moon video tomorrow. May get Jane to come up with some hokey stuff for us. Bitcoin pumping this morning, guys. Got 845 coming up, though. I know we're just kind of stalling here. I do have some good TA we're going to roll through real quick. Look at Fetch, though, guys. Gosh, dog. Fetch is up from the lows the other day. Just the other day. 71%, guys. 71%. All right, about time to get that reversal now, guys. We're probably going to take this high. I'd like to not take the high, though. That'd be even better. Still no vector candle reversal, but it is a little early. Probably about to go for it right now. Here it goes. Just took the high. And we're going for it again. You guys ever watch your KCEX and your MEXC on the 1 minute chart? It actually moves about 5 seconds before the TradingView chart. So you kind of see a little ahead of time. Ryan Hanson, what's up, dude? Hadn't seen you in here in a minute. Morning. kind of car is that in your picture? I can't see. My eyes aren't good enough. Bitcoin moving down, guys. You do have the reversal vector candle. Unconfirmed, but it's there. It's a little before 8:45, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be 8:45 on the dot. We're going to get into the TA in just a minute. We're going to wait on this 8:45 in a minute and a half. Then we're going to dive right in. Got some good stuff today, guys. I have opinions. Go ahead and hit up the poll and chat. We going to 60K or 80K next? Let me know what you think. Come on, Bitcoin, shoot down. Little SFP of the high there. You guys take this short? We took the short. We're short. Treating it as a scalp for now. The copy traders are in profit. About 2%, I think. Caribbean's got a separate short going in addition to copy trade. All right, I'm just scalping. We're going to close this. Take some profit. Everyone should have made about 2%. Nothing to write home about. But this could turn into a day trade. This could turn into a massive swing trade, sub 60K, okay? If it's going to happen, it's probably going to be this right here, okay? This is probably the one that's going to send you down. However, for this 8:45 trade, I treat it as a scalp trade, okay? Picked up 2%. Pretty good job, guys. Add it on. Whoever's got like the $6,000 account, congratulations. Just made like 120 bucks, 100 bucks, something like that. Salt chain is short. Caribbean's is short. Oh, gosh. Where's Jane? We need Jane in here. Question for Jane, if Jane is here. If not, if I talk a little louder, she'll hear me on the couch. Spring equinox on Friday. I don't even know what that means. Not sure if that's like the moon stuff for markets. Maybe Jane knows. There's a question for Jane. VIX is trying to sell off. VIX coming down, guys. Below 25. That could be bullish. Careful here, guys. The copy trading crew is out. I did enter a separate KCEX trade when we took the high. I got stopped out on my other one, by the way, from last night. I think I made about 1,300 bucks on that between the two trades. We're going to dive in now, guys. Hope some of you are protecting your trades. Good trade. We took the high. I'm still in it on my separate account. The copy traders got a 2% scalp. We're going to double your account, guys, and then I'm going to open it up, okay? I'm going to open it up, and I think I'm going to do like a VIP only live copy trader stream one day this week, and we're going to get in and talk about it. Like, it's your money. But I'm going to highly encourage you to do certain things in addition to this, because I want us to make a lot of money, and I'm only doing this. This adds stress to my life, because I'm okay. I'm going to make my money on my trades, and I'm okay if I lose a little bit, but I'm a little more stressed about, so I'm being a little more cautious because it's your money, right? But if I knew you guys were taking scalps alongside these, I could really make you some big dollars, Lord willing. I can make you some big dollars, but I'm extra cautious because I don't think a lot of you are running scalps with these day trades. And those scalps help my peace of mind to know that I can put our stop loss right here at the high. Like, let's say we get not the greatest entry, a pretty good entry, but not the greatest. Let's say we enter here, but stop needs to go here. Okay, if I know that we're coming down and you're taking profit on your scalp enough to cover my drawdown, if we do go here, I can put our stop where it needs to be. And then, like right now, if we were to turn around, we're already stopped out. But if we turned around, we could still be in this trade, right? So we need to talk. We need to talk. And it's cool if you don't want to do it my way. It's your money. We're gonna talk. All right, let's see. Jane is here. The Jane, look at that white check mark. Gray check mark. White, gray box, white check mark. It says, hey guys, not sure if the spring equinox is gonna have any effect. I haven't looked into the history of that. I'll check it out. I'll let you know. Jane, you're supposed to come in like the expert and be like, yes, or no. Jody Hildebrand. She knows what that means. West Coast says, thanks, Jane. She will. She'll research it. She'll probably get to it right now and let us know here in the next few minutes. No pressure. I'll make it up to you. You know I will. I always do. All right, guys. Let's dive into some TA. Hope you guys are making some profit. The copy traders made some profit. See what it looks like. It just only updates periodically. I don't even know how often it updates, so I don't know if it's updated. This is not correct. Somebody was just up $700. Now it says 400. I don't understand what's going on. We'll check back on this in a few. This only updates periodically, but this is not correct. All right, guys. So Bitcoin getting that move up. Carrie Ben says something earlier. Oh, one more with Jane. Jane says, I expect the markets will be headed down, but not because of the equinox, rather because of some other things that are happening that day. Some other things are happening that day, hokey folks. And I don't mean that offensively. I'm married to a hokey folk. It's just way over my head. Way over my head. I'm like, what do you mean Mercury's Venus's retrograde says we're going to do this? I'm like, Bear's Divergence tells me we're going to do this. It's way over my head. I don't mean that offensively. Y'all know that. Okay, so Carrie Ben said cup and handle, maybe, right? It does look a little cup and handle-ish-y. However, not so fast. I don't think so. I don't think so. Nothing has changed, on my opinion. The fractal is broken, and that's cool. Listen, I'm gonna have some people be like, ah ha ha ha, the fractal was wrong. Like, okay, bro. The fractal was, you know how many freaking trades I got off of that fractal? Right here, right here, right here. You know how many of these trades? It was exact like 47 times and then was wrong once. I will take my odds over your odds, your aha odds any day, right? You're going to lose a trade every now and then, okay? First of all, I didn't lose any trades, so ha-ha is on you. I didn't lose any trades, but I got a lot of trades out of that fractal until it was invalidated. However, we talked about the possibility of this. First of all, we are still currently, as of now, rejecting from this uptrending, rising line, this imaginary line on a chart. We're rejecting from it, which looks an awful lot like a bear flag, right? I mean, people are like, oh, but it's way up here. Yeah, it was way up here every single time before it rotated back down, right? That's how it rolls. You move down from the highs and up from the lows. So currently rejecting from this potential bear flag here. And I want you to notice a new trend here. Let me go to a more blank chart. Just going to ruin this real quick. Boom. Okay. So kind of the MO for Bitcoin. I'm on the daily time frame. Kind of the whole cycle. Really, it's just kind of how things go, period. You know, you chop around, kind of descend down. I messed that up. You're here, you chop down, you got a high, you chop down, you come back, you swoop the high, and then you move down, right? Look at that. You see that? You see that? Everybody see that? Okay. What happened to the next area, right? You come down, you bounce, you set a high, you chop down, you swoop that high, you move down, right? What happened here? This is back in kind of November to January is when it all culminated in January. You came down, you bounced, you set a high, you chopped around, then you set another high. That swoop this, and then you did the old swoopy doop here to take that high out and then move down. Looks very familiar to this. You come down, you bounce, set a high, chop around, swoop that high, then the swoopity doop, and we just took that high. Could it be another rotation down? That's what you did here. That's what you did here. Could that be the same? Okay. I showed you guys something the other day, and I accidentally deleted it. I'm not fixing to go back and put all this stuff on the chart, but we'll do some. But as long as you're setting lower lows, you're more likely to rotate down. Look, lower lows, down. Lower lows, down. Higher lows. Higher lows, down. Higher lows, down. Higher lows, down. That's the nature of a bear market. Okay, it is opposite in a bull market, right? You got lower lows up, lower lows up, lower lows up, lower lows up, right? It's backwards. You follow me? Follow me, right? In a bear market, it's lower lows up, lower lows up, lower lows up, lower lows, right? Let's go back and look at the bear markets of the last cycle. This applies to every bear market. I showed this last time. Same thing. You're in a bull run, and then you finally switch, and you start getting some higher lows. Boom. That's when it starts. Down. Higher lows. Down. Higher lows. Down. Higher lows. Down. Finally, you switch it there to lower lows. Okay? And even if you want to draw from there, whatever, let's do that. Somebody's going to be like, oh, that's too far. As soon as you switch it there to lower lows, that is the bottom. Boom. Then you immediately start with the higher. Look, gosh, I keep saying this. As soon as you switch to lower lows, you immediately start the moves up, right? Lower lows, and then you start the moves up, right? And you can see the difference. See the difference just in the lines, the angle of the lines. All you need to see. Right? See that? Boom, it like springboards up, springboard up, springboard up. And now you're like a diving board. Bounce and down, bounce and down. And thus far, guys, we've not set any lower lows. So we're just not fixing to bounce out of here. Could we bounce? Yeah, we are bouncing, but we're headed lower, guys. Make no mistake, we're headed lower. Could we go to 80K first, 84K? Sure. I don't think so, and I'm going to show you why. But you can see that this looks like just standard bear market stuff, right? Standard bear market stuff. Just standard bear market stuff. And it's not until we come down here and start setting these lower lows that we can create those good macro bullish divergences to pull up and out. So I don't think there's any chance whatsoever that we're done with this thing. Probably would have helped if I was on Bitstamp. All right, let me show you another piece that I showed last week. I hope you guys are still in that trade. Carry bins, you guys, salt chain. Hope you're all still in that trade. Good trade. I'm not watching anymore, but I just glanced over. It looks good. I'm still in it on my KCEX account. Okay, so we got this. I'm on the 10-day time frame, guys. Pay attention to this, okay? A lot of fun. Listen, you have any idea how many folks are out there calling for 100K, 90K, all this nonsense? First of all, I just showed you the reason why the bear market is likely not over, and we very likely have a lower low coming, right? Create some divergence. Let me show you this. So this is the 10-day time frame for Bitcoin. I'm on the Bitstamp chart, and I have 3 EMAs on here, 2 EMAs and an SMA. I have the yellow 21 EMA and the green 55 EMA, and the purple is the 200 SMA, okay? So every single time, I'm going to zoom in on these, every single time we've gotten the 10-day 21 crossed the 55 on the very next 10-day candle. You came down and set your bottom, okay? The very next one, okay? All right, I know what you're thinking already. See, right there, set your bottom. Boom, come on down, set your bottom. Same thing, set your bottom. And we're in it now. We just got it, and we have 5.5 days left in this candle, okay? And I know what you're thinking. Well, gosh, this doesn't look like it's forming a bottom. Okay, we're up, since getting this cross, this 10-day candle, we're up 6%, okay? Let's go back and look at last cycle when we got this cross, right? Got the cross. Right there. That's not a good example. Let's look at the cycle before that. Got the cross, 2018. Got the cross right there. Bitcoin on that next candle before coming down bounced 18% on that next 10-day candle, which would be the current candle we're on. 18% bounce, and still came down and closed 8.5% to the downside. So within that 10-day, you actually moved 26%. 18% to the upside, 8% to the downside, to wind up closing that negatively. We're only bounced 6% right now. Don't think this is not very doable in the next 5.5 days, okay? Thought there was another one. Oh yeah, there's this one right here, look. Well, no. There was another one. Yeah, 18%, that's it. So it's very doable. Here, you still bounced 2%. Here, a little baby bounce, not much of a bounce. 1%. See how we bounced 6%? That's nothing. That's nothing. You can turn this thing around, especially with FOMC this week, guys. In fact, that will likely be your catalyst. That will be your catalyst for 84K or 60K more than likely. But anyway, with this cross, there has never been a time in history, and I know there's only 4 iterations, but there's never been a time in history that this current 10-day candle did not close bearishly. Never. Never once. Okay? Could this be the first time? Sure it could. But if you start making a habit of betting against 100% trends, you are going to get wrecked. Let's look at our March stats. We've looked at this. We expected this. If you move to the upside to open up March, 100% of the time you've closed bearishly. This is our March prediction. We're still in this box. Yeah, we came down and came back up to it. Doesn't necessarily mean anything. We'll see how this plays out, but this is our prediction for March. Got some hidden bearish divergence here on the 12-hour. 16-hour. Hit some hidden bear divs there. I mean, you know, it is what it is. We'll see what happens here. But, again, 100% stat. We open March to the high side, right? Open March to the high side. 100% of the time, you've closed March negatively, right? So you open positive, 100% you've closed negative. Inversely, 100% of the time when you've opened negatively, you close positively. But this particular time, we open positive. We're expecting a negative close. Again, it's only like 15 years in the history of Bitcoin, so it's not like it's a 100-year trend. It could be broken, but as of now, it's 100%. That's 2 100% stats. Okay, 2 100% stats that say we should be going down. You do know that you feel this way every time before a big drop. People start feeling like, oh yeah, we're pumping up out here, and sometimes it does. Okay, sometimes it does, but usually you feel like, oh gosh, I'm fixing to miss out. I better FOMO in right before the biggest moves down, right? That's the whole point. The market maker, it's a psychology. Fibonacci is literally a measure of psychological numbers, or how the person feels at certain psychological increments of retrace. So there's an art to it. There's a science to it also. But they know right about now you're feeling the FOMO, and could it pump up? Sure. But this is the perfect time where they're going to... Gary Benz, you're going against 100% trend if you go that route. I would not recommend that. Could it happen? Sure. But maybe they dump it till FOMC and then you get a rate cut unexpectedly and they pump up out of there. I would not go against the 100% trend, especially when you just took the high. Remember, guys, you short the highs and you long the lows, right? That's what you do. Short the highs and you long the lows. We are literally at the highs right now. Lows are down here. You would expect the rotation back to low. Could it break out? Sure it can. Sure. Do anything it wants. But if you actually zoom out and look at Bitcoin, it doesn't break out or break down that much. Zoom out, guys. It doesn't break out or break down that much. Look at this huge period of shorting the highs, longing the lows. And then you got like a week of breakout. Then you short the highs, long the lows. Then you had like 2 days of breakdown. Same thing, short, extended period of time, longs, 2 days. You might call this a week. And you sat here for 2 months, short the highs, long the lows, 3 days, 4 months, short the highs, long the lows. I mean, over the course of, what is this, February 24 through, let's just say, November 25, almost 2 years, you've got about 3 weeks worth of breakout or breakdowns, and the rest of it is just range trading. And I understand there are going to be those days that you do break out or break down, but the low probability, we can't bank on that. We got to trade the higher probability stats. There's enough evidence to suggest the low is not in. So if you're longing here, then you're going against the trend. It's okay if you're to long down here. Look at these. Look at these. This has been on the chart right here. Our key. KEY right here. It's on the chart. I don't know what this is. Right here, key right there. See all these? You could not close below this level, couldn't close. When you did close, you rotated to the bottom. The one time you did close, not counting over here when you started. So count that. Both times you closed below the key, you rotated down. But the key, there was your long on the key. Long on the key. Boom. So I don't think, Caribbeans, I don't think you're anticipating longing. This would be a very low probability trade if anybody took a long right here. You never long the highs, you never long the breakouts, you never short the lows, never short the breakdowns. Short the highs, long the lows, long the keys. If you see stuff like this, guys, I know the wick below the key. Let's extend the key all the way over. Go to the chart. Let's extend the key all the way over. You should, if you're trading on your own, you should look for things like this. I know that we've wicked below this a few times, right? Let's make it green. We've wicked below it a few times, but we haven't closed below it. The 2 times we closed below it, we rotated down. Big move down from it. 9% move down there, and 5% move down there. Okay, so you want to look for things like this. Areas that you could not close below, you just wicked, and those are high levels of support, okay? Yeah, you can wick below it, and the key would be, when you wick below it, wait till you reclaim it, okay? Like here, you wick below it, you reclaimed it here, boom, long trade, right? You wick below it, you reclaimed it on the same candle, long trade. Same thing, you wick below it, you reclaimed it, long trade. Look for areas like this. Let's go back into once upon a time land. It's thinking about going back. Here we go. And you can see going back, you could have gotten this level by coming back here. It might be slightly lower. You can see these, but we've already been here, so you could review this price action, and that's how we have a key. You see, couldn't close. We kind of closed below it. But you see the line would be a little bit lower here, back in this day. Right there, right there, right there, right there. So this line would move down just slightly, kind of like that. Boom. And so when we came over to current price action, when price revisited the area that we're currently in, you would have already had your key level right there. Rejection, rejection, support, 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 support. Didn't flip to resistance, resistance. You see it? So we could have had this key level going into this, and we did. We have. We've had this key level. And look how perfectly it plays out to the wicks. Look at that. Boom. To the high side, we are exactly on support resistance level. You see where the dotted line is? That's where current price action is. We've back tested a support right here. Boom, perfect bounce up, okay? That doesn't mean we're going up from here. That means it has to break that on a closing basis. Same thing here. You came down to it. Boom, twice. Support, bounced up. So you're below it now, which means same thing here. Hit it again right here. Boom. Support. Bounce. Big bounce. So below it means it is, as of now, resistance. So you're at a line that the last 3 times it's come to it has found major support, which means it could be major resistance. I would just be careful. I would just be careful. All chain stopped out. I'm not stopped out yet. There's my stop loss, 74.5. Right there. Right there. Come take that. Let's see what we will have. Will we have any more divs? Set an alert on that high. If we come take that pretty quick, we should have some decent divergences. Might be worth a short. Yeah, sometimes they do that. It's my favorite trade. When you're getting a swing failure pattern, to set a high, then come back and take it with 1 or 3 minute divergences. Gary Ben's a short again. I'm gonna wait to see if we take the high. Take that. If we SFP the high, I might fire off a short here. I'm so tired of looking at Fetch, man. Fetch is up 16% on the day. I almost deleted it from my watch list and said I'll come back to it in a week or 2. Gosh, dog, it makes me so mad. I had that trade. It looked great. I knew it looked great, but all these other coins are up like 1%. Some of them are up at 5 or 6%, 2%. And it's been like that every day. Some coins were down a couple days in a row, and Fetch was up like 15%. I was so mad. I knew it looked good. I just didn't think it would take off independently or separately from the rest of the market, and it did. But I had the trade. I gave it to you. I made profit. Should have just made about 50 grand though, instead of 2. Feels so stupid. Let's see, what are we doing? Let's take a look at the poll. Ooh, it is literally split 50-50. Half of you think we're going to 80K, the other half think we're going to 60K. I'm in the 60K camp, 60K first. Caribbean's is short again. Don't forget the TUSP, man. TUSP came very close to that high. It's very likely we come back for it. Make sure you take you some profit. There we go. We refreshed. So somebody's up like 800 bucks in copy trade just since yesterday evening. That's just the top few right there, or a few of those. Join us in copy trade, guys. Join us in copy trade. Uh-oh. You can get, I've got a pinned in chat, but I'll spam the chat one more time. Directly right there. You can set up your account right there, and you can click the copy trade button right there. You set your own parameters, your risks, your stops, all that kind of good stuff. You can set all those parameters if you want to. I don't recommend anything. Not financial advice. But if you're going to set parameters outside of the way that I trade, then what is the point? You might as well just be trading yourself, right? So if you're going to copy trade somebody, in my opinion, you just got to copy trade them. And trust that they don't blow up your account. Which I'm going ultra conservative, like I said, guys, until we double your accounts, and then we're going to open it up a little bit. Unless I knew you guys were taking scalps alongside, we could open up right now. If I knew that, we would have made double or triple already what we've made. Because I can put my stops where I need. Any questions, guys? Any questions? I'll take any questions. Any alts. There's nothing to really look at alts right now, though, but I'll take them. If you got a new alt that you've kind of stumbled upon, we'll look at it on the macro. But as of right now, they're pumping. But as soon as Bitcoin rolls over, Bitcoin goes down 10%. Let's see, what would it be? Bitcoin rotated back down to 60K. Sub 60K. Even if it went down to 55K. About a 25% move, your alts are going to go down 50. Some of them more. If we're going to take this high, I hope we take it now, because I'm going to the gym after this, and I don't want to miss this trade. Next entry point for fetch. I'm not interested in fetch if and until we take the lows. Period. Best case scenario that I would enter on would be 1350-ish, 1340, 1350-ish. This low that was set last month, but I really want the October 10th low at 1130. Don't think you can't get there quickly. You absolutely can. I mean, shit, just look on October 10th. October 10th, you dumped 80% in one day. Bitcoin rolls to 55K. It's 25% drop. Most of these also do about 50. Current price, 50%. We'll put it right there at the October 10th low. Just below that, you got point of control, but I think every coin takes your October 10th low. Every one of them. Too much liquidity there. That is a 50% drop from current price. I will start laddering in long-term holds on fetch at about when we take this low here at about 1340. So somewhere between, I'm looking at 1150 to 1350. I'm going to be laddering in that area. And I absolutely think we get there, whether it be this week or next month. I absolutely think we get there. You got to understand, if the low's not in for Bitcoin, then the low's not in for any of these altcoins. And you're just not setting the kind of bottom you need. Remember, everything I just showed you, you're still setting, and you're really just in a symmetrical triangle here on a macro. See the difference in the bottoms? Look at the difference in the bottoms, guys. I know this chart's a little busy. Look at the difference in the bottoms, right? Current bottom. We have a lower high. What does that mean? We've talked about this earlier with Bitcoin. It means roll over and down, right? Well, look when you set bottoms. I'm on the weekly. You set lower lows. You create divergences. That means it's over. That means the drop is over. Maybe not like right there in that moment. You could chop around here. I mean, this took about a month. But this is the structure you need. This is a bottoming structure, right? This is a bottoming structure. You set it on the macro. You move up. Bottoming structure. Lower lows. Lower lows. Not higher lows. Higher lows mean move down. You don't have that yet. You don't have that. Higher lows, move up. Higher lows, move up. Excuse me, lower lows, move up. Higher lows, move down. See that, guys? I know you see that. We showed this all on Bitcoin earlier. Boom. Higher lows, moves down. This is kind of about what it looks like now. Higher lows. Did you pump up? Yeah, but ultimately you came down. Then you flipped it. I know it's a long time frame, but then you flipped it and can move up and out of there. You don't have that. You don't have that yet. Even if you looked at it locally, you still don't have that. We took this line off. Still don't have that here. You still have this. You gotta have this. And really, you're probably gonna have it more on the macro here. Something like that. But I at least want something like this. You just don't have it. You don't have it. Low's not in. So in order to get this, even if just on the local, even if you don't want this, okay, even if you don't know that you're going to get this, you know at least you're going to take this low right here at 1350 to create this more local weekly bullish divergence, right? All right, you could create it right there. Even if you didn't come down here, so you didn't get that, you still are going to most likely swoop 1350 at some point. That's why I'm a buyer here at 1350. Just in case we don't come here, which I think we do. But I'm not going to miss this. And I'm cool if I get in at 1350 and not 1150. That's cool. If I go to $3, does it really matter? Does it really matter if you got in at 1350 versus 1150 if this goes back to 350? The answer is no. But yes, revamp. I definitely think we come lower, and those are my targets. Could come much lower than that, bro. I don't think so, but we could. Technically, we'd be very close to point of control at that point. Kerry Benz, good job on that trade, bro. But just to show you what I'm talking about real quick. If you did take that 1150, you do have that macro point of control right there below it. However, you had a lot of support right in here, so you could kind of top out right there around this low. Just kind of quick swoop of the low, come into this right here, and pull up and out. I'm not holding out for point of control, although pretty good probability you get it. Any more questions, guys? You know what we're looking for. We're looking for the rotation back down. Showed you all the reasons. Showed you the March stats. Showed you the 10-day 21 crossover with the 55. 100% of the time has led to a following 10-day negative candle and the bottom. March stats predicted. Half of them have been hit so far. We're looking for the other half now. Thanos says all good. Making some money. Copy trade, guys, is open on MEXC. The link is in the pinned comments. It's also in the description. We started this last night. Somebody's already up 800 bucks in profit since last night, doing nothing except sitting back and sipping on sweet tea and letting me do the work. I don't mind. I don't mind. Good job. Congratulations, you guys. We're going to make a lot of money. Just kind of getting in the flow of this copy trade thing, right? So once I get you doubled, we're going to rock. Invicta, bro. Nice to see you, man. The guy that does crazy 500x leverage trades. 250, 300x leverage trades. What's up, bro? Just wrapping up the stream here. Glad to have you on. Just wrapping up the stream. Anyway, good job, copy traders. You guys are up. If you have any questions, I'm in Discord. I'm about to head to the gym, but I'll be in Discord. I did not take this trade here. I am. Yeah, I didn't take this. I was chatting. And we came up here and I was looking for this high to get taken. We didn't take it, so I missed this. Whatever. Here's what it is. We got in a good trade on stream. Good job, guys. I'll be in Discord if you need me. I love you guys. It's a good day. The Lord has blessed us. We have the bear moon tomorrow. We have FOMC on Wednesday. That is a recipe right there for a big move down. We are at the highs. We have just swing failure pattern the highs. It is not on a daily closing basis yet. It is unconfirmed. But I'm looking for the rotation down. I really am, guys. All signs point down. All right.